Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Nude Wellness. It's so great to have you and to have so many more eyeballs on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I intend that my body of work is really helpful for you. This is the place where we strip away your limiting beliefs. Today's going to be a juicy video as always. I want to speak about what I would say to someone if they ask me, how do I act in the 3D with my SP while they're still conforming? A client actually asked me this recently and I was like, I need to make a video on this. This is a really good question. Before I dive into things, my disclaimer, as always, your reality, your rules. So please use discernment, take what resonates, discard what doesn't. You're in charge. We got this. We're all adults here. All right, let's do this. So I want to kind of zoom out and then I'm going to zoom in. So I'm going to give you really just a more general overview and then I'm going to give you some practical advice. So the first thing that I want to say is conscious manifestation is a skill, okay? So it takes some practice to get used to consciously manifesting. The second thing is being able to act or behave in the 3D whilst your manifestation is unfolding is also a skill. So with practice, you're going to get better at both of those things. There might be a slight learning curve, but that is totally fine. Please don't be shaming yourself, getting upset about things. There's just no point. Okay, we just need to be doing better and better every single day. Okay, so let's dive into the first thing that I wanted to say. If you were asking the question, how should I be acting in the 3D with my SP while they're still conforming? You're actually asking the wrong question. You're coming about it the wrong way. Why do I say this? It's like you're taking a vitamin and putting it in your poo. Instead of actually taking the vitamin and allowing it to do its magic and then coming out the other end, you're going straight to the toilet, taking the vitamin and putting it in your poo. You're coming about it completely the wrong way. I don't want you acting a certain way and being like putting on this character in your 3D. I want your behavior to be a natural extension of your beliefs, assumptions, your perception of the world, who you are embodying and identifying as, because then it's going to feel really natural to you and you're not going to be like, oh, what did Selena say? I have to say the exact thing that Selena said in order for me to materialize this thing, when you might not use the same words as me, you might not speak the same way, you might necessarily not think that way. Like, I want your behavior to be a natural extension of you. Okay, so that's the general thing. If you feel like you're not there yet, you're like, you know what, I'm doing the work, like I'm saying my affirmations, I'm focusing on my stability, I am living a really rich, juicy life, like I'm not being so attached to the circumstances, like all of those things, but I still feel like I kind of feel a bit weird, I don't know how to act or behave in the 3D. What I would say to you is, I want you to behave in a way that is not going to make more of a mess and things for you to deal with. What do I mean? I want you to be asking the question, does this really need a reaction? Does this thing really need a reaction in this moment? That's the first thing. Does this thing really need a reaction? And then if you decide to put in boundaries, own those boundaries. If someone doesn't speak to you for 2 to 3 days after you have put in the boundaries or however long it is, or they start acting weird or getting upset, don't question the fact that you've put in those boundaries and gone, oh my God, I've messed up my manifestation. I'm doing something wrong here. Like I fucked everything up. That's not what I want you to be thinking about at all. Own your power. If you've decided to put in boundaries for something that maybe someone is not speaking to you in a very nice way, they're actually being quite disrespectful. Maybe they, I don't know, what's an example that I can give you? Say someone is messing about with your time in regards to they're booking dates, they're scheduling in dates with you, but then they're canceling last minute. And you're like, this is so annoying because I'm getting dressed, I'm using all this time, energy, money to like do my hair and makeup or going halfway. And this is really annoying. I'm actually going to put in a boundary. Own that boundary. If you don't see that person for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, who cares? We don't want that version of them anyway. You're going to know that you can change the dynamic because the work that you're doing in regards to your stability, your affirmations, conscious techniques, etc., living your own life, detaching from circumstances, focusing on self-concept and who you are identifying as and embodying, focusing on your state of being, all the things we know that we should be doing. Of course, that's going to change. Of course, we're going to change this dynamic. I don't need to be stressed about that. And you're actually going to apologize and totally do a 180. Like, this is all going to work out for me. I don't need to be like, oh my God, and I put in a boundary. Now they're going to think that I'm a mean person. And now they think I don't care about them. No, We're not doing that because you're the God of your reality. And then at the same time, once again, because you can hold duality, it's like, does this thing need a reaction? For example, if your person is taking a while to message you back, or I don't know, they're not taking you out on the dates that you want them to, it's like, do I really need to be really aggressive with this? Do I even really need to pay this much attention? Because if you're so focused and you're able to tell me, oh, it's been 3 hours since this person has messaged me. Oh, I spoke to them. The last time I spoke to them was on the 12th of the 3rd or whatever it is. If you can give me like specific dates, times, and you're so aware of the unfolding, your focus is in the wrong place. Let me give you an analogy. A CEO of a multi-million-dollar company who I am sure has a lot on their plate and has a lot to kind of deal with and all these different moving parts is not going to be focused on a troll on their Instagram page. Like, they're just not going to give a fuck. They're not going to be arguing with them. It's not even going to come into their mind. It's not even going to be a problem that they're even thinking of or something they're even focusing on. It's just not. So all this little middle shit of like, whether they've replied, whether they're asking you out on these dates, whether they're giving you the attention, like all these little things, this doesn't matter because we know where this is going. You wrote the story, you know the ending of it. We're going to use all the energy that you're wasting focusing on these circumstances, and we're channeling it back here. Like I said, the work that you're doing in regards to your meditations, your breath work, tapping, whatever your stability is, you're looping your affirmations, or you're doing inner conversations, or maybe you're scripting or listening to night tapes or subliminals. All of that stuff we know is working. We know we can change this dynamic. So we don't need to be stressing about all this stuff. All of these circumstances wouldn't actually be a thing when we materialize our actual desire. So these wouldn't even be a problem. So why are we focusing on that? Like, really, why do we give a fuck? So I don't want you feeling like you have to act a certain way. I want you to behave in a way that feels natural because your behavior is an extension of your beliefs, assumptions, your perceptions of the world, about yourself, about the world, about other people, about certain topics. But if you feel like you don't know how to interact, ask yourself the question, does this really need a reaction? Am I giving this too much focus? Am I way too attached to these circumstances when I can be utilizing my energy to have an amazing life, to be reinforcing my beliefs that I'm God of my reality, I'm the fucking queen, I get what I want it, I got it, like this is easy for me, I'm a master manifester, commitment is very easy for me, constant communication is a thing in my life, love is a normal experience for me. That's the energy that I want you to be putting into yourself rather than focusing on what do I need to say to be the perfect human, to be the perfect girlfriend, the perfect person for this to unfold? Because that's not natural. And you're placing way too much importance and focus on this relationship dynamic person when it's like, no, I know this is going the way I want it to be going. So I don't need to be so attached to it. I'm good. I trust that I'm such a great manifester. This is all unfolding, whether I can see movement or not. That's today's video. I intend it has been super helpful. As always, if you want to dive deeper, come follow me over on Instagram. You'll see all the behind the scenes. You'll get access to offers, all of that. And if you're wanting one-on-one coaching, details are in the description below. I love DM coaching because I can really pick your brain. I kind of set up the container as like I'm in a real detective mode, trying to figure out your circumstances and seeing where we can kind of tweak things. So thank you so much to those who have booked in recently. It's been great working with you, and I will speak to you in the next video. Toodles. Bye.